think it's very strong. Remember the first Pesach, on Pesach first we make Kiddush and then the child asks a question. What level is the level when a baby is born? Is it first we feed the baby or we talk to the baby, take it home, and then the baby begins to cry? No. That's the first sign if a baby is born, if it's healthy and if it's strong, if it cries a little bit. That means the beginning is like Pesach Sheini, right? The beginning of my creation is crying. The second Shabbos. You know why the baby is crying? Because mamish, the very creation of the baby is on the level of crying, on the level of praying. I want to share the deeper steps with you, friends. When I love somebody very much, and I'm ready to be holy for them, but I'm not ready to be unholy for them. I'm not ready to walk with them to their grave and bring them back to life. Or I love somebody so much that I'm ready to walk with them, mamish, to carry their bones to bring them back to life. Very simple. If my relationship to them is on the level of the first Shabbos, it just happened. Miracle from God, I met you, I love you, it's very beautiful. But if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. If it's on the level of the second Shabbos, praying, then I'll go with you till the end of the world. Right? Just praying for you so much. And you see, there's two kinds of holiness. There's this holiness that says, be holy because I'm holy. That means, what means God is holy? Before God created the world, right? God is not what was the state of God before He created the world? It was holy, right? There was not even a world. Imagine, God forbid, it's even awesome to say such words. Imagine the world would defile God, right? The presence of the world would defile God. So God says, I'm holy like before the creation of the world. Right? But the truth is, God is holy after the creation also. Why is that? Because of praying. Want to know the most weird thing? You know, in Yom Kippur it says, God says, I'm with you in your defilements. Wherever you are, God is with you. Yeah, what do you want to say? Yeah, let's see it.
I see supporting somebody and going all the way with them. Anything they do, anything they say is what we say to say. But there's a difference between that and supporting what they're doing that is not helping. I keep getting the same thing.
No, you see, I think, maybe I didn't make myself clear. I didn't say that you have to kill. You see, this is what Adam did was wrong, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to kill myself with you. But I'm going to stay with you. I carry you till I bring you back to life.
Yeah, you say that you should be willing to defy yourself for something.
But you know, it's very, I don't have the words for it, you know. But obviously there has to be something. I don't know how to do it. You know, I wish I would know how to do it. But there is obviously a way, like the high priest who finds a dead person and defiles himself with this one person, but he's still the high priest, right? The high priest does not stop being a high priest for 1 second. I tell you what Rav Nachman says on a very high level. Rav Nachman says, what do you think I would do if I would do the most awful thing? He says, do you think I'll stop being what I am? I'll still do the same thing. Every day for 5 minutes I'll cry for what I did wrong. That's it. You know, the question is, are you that holy that you can even stop being holy and still be holy? If there is such a word, you know. I don't know exactly how to explain it, you know. I don't have the right words. So you have to bear with me. Yeah. This is probably the sweetest kind of word. L'chaim. Basically, you have to forgive me, friends, because I'm mamish, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just opening my heart. And I hope it'll be okay at the end, L'chaim. What do you say? Sorry, what? Yeah. You're right. You think it says he's right. I tell you what, Bobby, let's assume your question is very strong, and we'll have to come back to it in a few minutes. But right now, I don't want to interrupt my thinking, okay? I want to share one more thing with you. I'll tell you something way out. Just bear with me, really. Imagine two people have children. They both go to the same school. They both have every love of their parents. One person, something went wrong and they never made it back. The other one, something went wrong and they make it back. Even stronger. And imagine those two parents meet, they talk to each other. I want to share this with you. Friends, it's not enough to teach a child what you have to do right or wrong. Unless you teach this child, every child has something very special. Every person has something very special. It's not words. If I tell my baby, you're so talented for piano, this isn't what I mean. And I will not tell my baby, listen, you're a genius, you should be a doctor. This is not what I mean. Every person is a revelation of God which has never been here before. Because every person is a God revelation. Unbelievable. Because every person has something of God which nobody ever had. I have something Abraham didn't have. Moses didn't have. So who is the one to teach the Babel at this utmost God holiness which nobody else has? And again, God forbid, if you teach it to them on a level of you're talented for piano or you have a good head for physics, that's the end, right? Okay, now listen to this. Both parents taught their child what they're special about. But never one taught his child, you're so special, you got to be a doctor. Or even you'll be a holy rabbi. Even that is not what's said. And the other person taught his child, Mamish is something so holy, it has no words, but it's so special. And you don't even have to tell the baby. Mamish babies are very real, they know, If what is the whole relationship between parents and children? How come, we were talking about it last year. What do parents know but children nobody else knows? God reveals to parents on the level of prophecy that holiness which nobody else knows. Just God and the parents. It is absolutely a prophecy. How come, imagine I'll take my baby and I'll move into somebody else's house, my baby will wake up 3 a.m, they will say, oh, again, this baby's crying. And they'll say, it's terrible. How come I'll jump out of my bed and I'll be just so happy to hear my baby? It's crazy. I'm tired like a dog. So how come I'm so happy, right? Because I know who this baby is, right? The highest thing in the world. Okay, now I want to tell you. If a person has been taught this utmost holiness, they'll come back. Take it or leave it, I don't know why, but this is what it is. And if a person has been just taught you're like everybody else, you're more talent, less talent, all this absolutely unimportant, meaningless talk. So if I am not like everybody else, everybody gets good grades, I don't. Everybody makes money, I don't. That's the end of me, right? You taught me I'm so talented to be the greatest doctor, and I wasn't even accepted in medical school, right? Like one boy a few weeks ago, in the last moment he was saved, he committed suicide because his parents always told me you got to be a doctor. And then he was not accepted in medical school, he committed suicide. Because what else is there to live? Imagine the other boy. Maybe his parents also told him to go to medical school. He was not accepted. He will not commit suicide because he knows there's something so holy about me which nobody else ever had. Again, it doesn't have to be in words. Okay, now listen to this. First it says, Kedoshim Tiyu, be holy. It's the kind of holiness which everybody else can have also. But then comes the kind of holiness which only my parents can teach me. And this it says, Ish imay v'oviv. To be a mother and a father is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I want to share this with you utmost again. Why does it say mother first and then father? Because the truth is that a mother is the first one during those 9 months. You know, when the baby is learning in heaven according to the tradition, in the 9 months the baby is taught in heaven. What is the baby taught in heaven? This Torah which only this baby knows, nobody else. Because the baby was on Mount Sinai like everybody else. What do you need the 9 months for?